What's that you've got there, Kev? Oh, do a football merch. That's still available, is it? Don't remember you mentioning it on this channel before. But now you have. The link's in the description below. We've got loads of football matches to play. We are just going to dive straight into... I think we said we were going to do like 10 matches before the next YouTube video because we did the first 4 matches of the season all in videos. So I think the plan is just to get stuck in and go all the way through to Athletic Bilbao B and play them and then Alicante on their telly. So less waffle, more clicky. Right. We are going to just let my assistant manager rotate to his heart's content, really, on this little run that we're going to go on now. Because we've got so many matches to play and they're coming so close together. And I want to see how the likes of Koulibaly, Ivan on the wing, Luis up front, Jimenez at centre-back. I want them to get those opportunities, so let's just crack on. Go to the place that pays the most and requires the least work as well. Yeah, exactly. Both better than West Ham too. I mean, West Ham's a good move. West Ham are another good stepping stone club. Since when did Alex Boxall take free kicks? Just English bias against the Scots. I mean, it's not. It's factually a much lower standard of football. And they will factually pay him much less money. It's not bias. We're just dealing in facts, aren't we? Look at Alicante go. Goodness me. This is a strange, tight league this year. I've heard West Ham players live in Essex. And there are parts of Essex. I mean, I would probably rather live in most of Essex than any of Scotland. That probably is English bias against Scotland. But Scotland's just too far away from everything. Scotland's too far away from everywhere I want to be, ever. This will be our first defeat of the season, which is ever so upsetting. Unless. Oh, that was a goal straight out of the academy. It was Zafra forward to Hardy, cross in for Koulibaly. 3 academy boys combine. We're homegrown again, boys and girls. We're playing again. I don't like these games coming so thick and fast. We've only just started training full time. We're not ready for two matches a week yet. Did Angie enjoy the swing ride? I don't think so. He always enjoys a swing ride. Come on, Fakal. There he is, look. There he is. I mean, people were talking about if we get promoted. If we get promoted again, I'm starting to worry we might need another save idea for before the new game. I thought this was going to keep me going until FM24. I'm just too good at Football Manager. That's my problem. If you're not good at FM, do you try playing with completely different formations or do you stick to the same systems? I mean, why would I try different formations? I find the tactical side of the game really boring. I don't really spend any time on it at all. Football Manager is a transfer simulator as far as I'm concerned. I play the way I want to play. I play tactically the way I enjoy. I mean, we have a few different things that we do, but I don't get any fun at all out of tweaking all this nonsense. I just sign the best players I can and put them into their best positions and then win football matches. You don't need to do tactics to be good at Football Manager. It's Football Manager, not Football Coach. People need to remember that. It's not coaching simulator, it's manager. I am the manager, not the head coach. Head coaches are perverts. And also, good managers figure out a successful formula that works for them and keep playing it until it stops working. They don't feel the need to tweak the tactic constantly. It would be so counterintuitive to be like, oh, this 4-3-3 is working really well. You know what? I'm going to try 3 at the back to see if that works too. Why? Just keep doing the one that's working. How many times during their careers did Alex Ferguson or Arsene Wenger completely change the way they set up? Maybe 2 or 3 times in 20 or 30-year careers. But on the whole, they found a system and played it for years until they either signed someone who didn't fit into that system, so had to tweak it, or football moved on, so they had to tweak it, or on rare occasions, things stopped working, so they had to tweak it. But they didn't do new systems every year. That's our first defeat of the season. Very sad. Yeah, we're just going to keep going with this rotation until we start losing every game. You're getting insight into how we get through 10 games routine an episode. We just crack on. We're expecting a mid-table season. We don't need to concentrate too much on what's going on here. Just get the matches played. If we start to look like we're not in mid-table, then we'll worry. Until then, we shall not. Little Kev told you he'd made the step up. Plays as part of a, I hate wangy football talk, but becomes part of a double pivot. Goes and plays alongside one of the central midfielders. How would you recreate it in FM? I mean, you'd need players with the instructions to do those things, I guess. I suspect it'd need some different player instructions to the ones we've got available now, so it might be something, maybe if we ever see it done properly, it'll probably be an FM25 thing, because I imagine that's the opportunity to change up some of the player instructions with the whole game engine changing. Good old little Kev. Told you he was good. Always had faith he'd make the step up to this level. With non-insertion, do I play any games off stream, or will they all be live on Twitch? I mean, traditionally, I've always done all the in-betweeny bits off camera. I'm thinking we probably do it this way forever now, and we'll do all the in-betweeny bits on Twitch. Unless we get like 5 episodes in and viewing figures are massively down on Non-League Legend, because can't afford that. I need my 2 million view month every month between FM launch and Christmas. Twitch just doesn't pay on the same levels as YouTube. So it might be something we do in the second half of the game cycle. We'll judge. Basically, I'll be making the decisions during the beta. We'll see how the beta save gets on, and if views on that are down compared to what they normally would be because of Twitch, then we drop the new workflow for Non-League Legend and do it the traditional way. Well, where on earth has this question come from? Can you hear what Anna's just asked me? Our car has all of the sensors around it, so when you're reversing, or if someone like walks behind the back of the car or something, it sets off all kind of beeps and alarms and things. So she's just come in and said, you know, when you're pulling a caravan, why don't all of the sensors go off? A, we don't own a caravan and I've never pulled one. And B, I'm assuming when you have something connected to the tow bar and it plugged in, it disables that sensor, would be my assumption. We're not getting a caravan. Don't worry, boys and girls. Unsubscribe to the vlog channel. I mean, no, don't do that. Let me have my dream. Mobile FM studio with Starlink. I mean, it's an option, but kind of takes the edge off of the travel if I'm having to spend 4 hours a day making Football Manager videos. We're away Monday to Friday next week anyway, and then we get back on Friday afternoon from where me and Anna are going to be all week. And then I'm getting on a train to London like 3 hours later, and I'm going to be in London till Monday. So I'm already away basically from Monday morning through till the following Monday afternoon. I don't need to add even more time onto that. I'll go on a limb and say it'll be the most exciting thing that any Football Manager content creator has ever done. But I need the contract signed before I can talk about it. I might have to go to a match like half an hour from our house, in which case we don't need to be in a hotel. We're just gonna we'll just have to play it by ear. We'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. These sound like issues that needed addressing before the start. I mean, how do you address them before the start? I'm basically working on the basis of, if it gets enough views and becomes a thing that is really popular, then we'll have a way around it with media passes and stuff like that. We can go and sit with the journalists. So we shall see, I guess. It's certainly not going to be a straightforward series to do. And you get the scenario where they beat you. So I get to stay in England all the way through until I get a team who gets into the Europa Conference League. They lose to a team in Portugal, who the next week lose to a team who are in a relegation battle in their league. And then they get relegated, and all of a sudden I'm in the second tier in Portugal with no hope of ever. I could be there for years. It would be a nightmare. Just imagine it being really hard and you're going to win it in the first year. Oh yeah, there'd be some ridiculous thing where, imagine, that would be the greatest piece of YouTube content anyone had ever made. If we started from like a tier 8 English team, winner stays on rules, and somehow ended the season watching the Champions League final. It would be amazing. It wouldn't happen, but it could. It theoretically could happen. You only need to draw a team in a higher league and lose to go up a few leagues. Yeah, but it's about being at a club who gets that draw at the time they get that draw. That's the trick to it. That's where the magic happens. There's your posture check. Because the majority of National League North teams probably don't get a big cup draw away against a team from a few divisions higher. They probably get knocked out by teams around the same level. Other than building my weekends around random football matches somewhere in the country. Yeah, and there could be midweek matches. It basically is a full-time job. Would you count the Pizza Cup? Yeah, definitely. Any competitive match counts. But if we could have started at Peterborough Sports, winner stays on last year, and ended with Manchester City winning the Champions League, I can now officially never do this, because that was the year I should have done it, because it would have been perfect. And I'll forever regret that. I'll take that regret with me to my grave. Oh no, because I thought about it for years. So I'd already have the tickets, and I'd just be the, oh my word, just try to imagine now how it would have felt. Realistically, like I say, I could never make that series. I couldn't commit every Saturday to it. So this is what would have actually happened. Peterborough Sports, 16th of August, to Gloucester on the 20th of August, to Blythe Spartans, to Scarborough Athletic. This is following what we had so far. To Banbury, to Bracknell, and then from Bracknell to Ipswich, and then to Portsmouth, to Wickham, Plymouth. There's some long journeys in here. Sheffield Wednesday, Fleetwood, Burnley, then QPR, Bristol City. So we made it as far as the Championship. Haven't talked about FM in about half an hour. Welcome to the in-betweeny bits. Suppose you could loan him and free up his wages. Again, I don't think anyone's going to loan him. This was always the danger of us giving someone a 2-year contract. We're just going to have to put up with him for 2 years and then let him go for a free at the end of it. Right, we are still in the first round of this, so I think we'll still be the home team. The team from the lowest division is the one that plays at home in this competition. So we're probably going to be at home. I mean, Valencia are already in it. That would have been a nice little draw for us. Sevilla as well there. Nice trip to northern Spain. Are we in this hat? What's going on here? Why are we always so late out of the hat? My goodness me. Are we in this? Oh, there we are. Valladolid, who are in a relegation battle in La Liga. That's a big game, isn't it, really? So that'll be the next YouTube video. So we're going to do 10 matches, and then we're going to have a couple close together, and then a couple close, and then, yeah, 2 episodes quite close together again. At this rate, I feel like we just go straight through to the cup game, because we really are just having a meaningless mid-table season. But we're still so close to the top. So it's not yet. We could do a late playoff rush. We're not even halfway through the season yet. We win a couple of matches, we're top of the league. What a silly season. There might never be an better opportunity to win this league. Come on, Ivan Luis. And I'm going to bring Rabiu on, who we were going to start, but decided not to. But now we need him. We need our captain. Oh, football? No. Why not play it across to the striker? First week of November. So the beta will be 2 or 3 weeks before that. So I'm certainly not making any plans from the middle of October onwards. But I have no insider information. That's purely based on what I've observed over the last 20 years. And Martinez Perez is great. All our good youngsters are wide players. I'm not sacrificing our best creative players to add so that we can have all the fun of having 2 strikers on the pitch at the same time, not scoring. That's not how we do things. That's what's known as fiddling for the sake of fiddling. When, remember, we are doing exactly as well as we're supposed to be doing. We're mid-table. We're 3 points outside of the playoffs. This is a good season where we don't need to fiddle with anything because it's all going to plan. FM really needs to make player interactions better in general. I kind of agree to a point, but at the same time, having lived through the introduction of things like praising players and press conferences and media interactions, I miss the days when we didn't have all that trash in the game. There was certainly a period of time there where every new feature they added just added time to the to the in between matches bit. And ultimately, I think at its very core, all most of us really want to do in Football Manager is transfers and matches. I don't need anything else. Transfers and matches. It's all I want.